Mewar School of Painting. Mewar is conjectured to be a significant early center of painting in Rajasthan, from where hypothetically one could have been able to formalize a continuous stylistic tradition of painting from pre-17th century bold indigenous styles to the subsequent refined and finer style post. Currents in contact with the Mughals. However, long wars with the Mughals have wiped out many examples. Therefore, the emergency of the Mewar schools widely associated with early dated set of Rangamala painting painted at Chavan in 1605 by an artist named Nisardi. The set has colophons page that reveal the above vital information. This set shares its visual aesthetic and has close affinity with the pre-17th century painting style in its direct approach, simpler composition, sporadic decorated detail, and vibrant colors. The reign of Jagat Singh I, 1628 to 1652, is recognized as the period from the pictorial aesthetic get reformulated under virtuous artists Sahib Din and Manohar, who added new vitality to the style and vocabulary of Mewar paintings. Sahib Dini painted the Rangamala, 1628, Rasika Priya Bhagavad Purana, 1648, and the Yuddha Kanda of Ramayana, 1652, folio of Yuddha Kannada of Ramayana, Sahibdin Mewar, 1652, India, Office Library, London. Maharana Jagat Singh II of Mewar, Hawkins, 1744, Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York. Which is discussed here. Manohar's most significant work is that Bal Kanda of Ramayana, 1649, another exceptionally gifted artist. Jagannath painted the Bihar Satsai in 1719, which remained unique contribution of the Mewar school. Other texts like Harivamsha and Surya Sagar were also illustrated in the last quarter of the 17th century, attributed to Ignatius Arthur. Sahibdin Yuddha Kanda, The Power of Battle, is a chapter in the Ramayana set of painting, popularly referred to as Jagat Singh Ramayana. Dated 1652, Sahib Din here has crafted a novel pictorial device, that of bleak aerial perspective to impart credibility to ambitious scale that a war picture encompasses. Deploying various narrative techniques, he either layers several episodes into a single painting as this one, or spread a single episode over more than one folio. This painting portrays Indrajit devices, tactics, and use of magic weapon in war. Painting in the 18th century increasingly slithered away from textual representation to total activities and pastime of the role. Mewar artists generally prefer a bright color palette with a prominent red and yellow. Nathdwara, a town close to Udaipur, and a prominent Vaishnav center, also emerged as a school of painting in the last 17th century. Large backdrop called kuchabis were painted on clothes or deity. Shrihaji for several festival occasions. Mewar painting in the 18th century increasingly became peculiar, courtly ambience. Not only an increasing fascination for portraiture emerged but outsized and flamboyant court scene, hunting expedition, festival, zenana activities, sports, etc. were were largely favored as a subject. A folio depicts Maharana Jagat Singh II, 1734 to 1752, touring the countryside while on his way hawking. The countryscapes perceived in an oblique view, with the horizon raised at a tangent in comparison to the foreground, enable the artist to visualize a panoramic view of limitless vision. The relevance of the scene lies in its complexity of narrations that also aims to reportage. Krishna and Srinathji celebrating the festival of Sharad Purnima, Nathadwara 1800 National Museum, New Delhi. Bundi schools of painting, a properly understood schools of painting, flourished in Bundi in the 17th century, which is remarkable for its unblemished color, seized and excellent formal design. Bundi Rangamala dated 1591, assigned to the earliest formative phase of Bundi painting, and has been painted at Chunar in the reign of Guru Singh, 1585 to 1607, the Hada Rajput ruler. The Bundi schools blossomed under the patronage of two rulers, Rao Chattersal, 1631 to 1659, who was made the governor of Delhi by Shah Jahan and played a conspicuous role in the subjugation of Deccan, and his son Rao Bhav Singh, 1659-1682, who was an enthusiastic, self-indulging patron, as the revealed from Newell's portrait that he commissioned of himself and other dated works. Innovative development have been observed under the reign of his successor Aniruddha Singh, 1682, and Budh Singh, whose whiskered face is visible in many portraits. Despite numerous political disputes and having lost his kingdom 4 times, he is known to have encouraged the art of painting. Painting activity entered its most accomplished phase, albeit for a short time, during the long reign of Buddha Singh's son, Umed Singh, 1749 to 1771, which acquired refinement and minuteness of detail. Bundi painting during the 18th century appeared to have embedded Deccani aesthetics such as love for bright and vivid colors. Umed Singh's successor, Bishan Singh, 1771 to 1821, ruled Bundi for 48 years and was a connoisseur of art. He had a keen interest in hunting and in hunting wild animals frequently figure in the painting of his period. Under his successor Ram Singh, 1821-1889, the Chittashalin of the Bundi Palace was decorated with numerous paintings, royal procession, hunting scene, and episode of Krishna's story. Last stage of painting in Bundi are best exemplified by several wall paintings in the palace. Raga Deepak Chunar Ragamala Bundi 1519 Bharat Kala Bhavan Varanasi. A distinct feature of Bundi and Kota school is a keen interest in the depiction of lush vegetation, picturesque landscape with varied flora, wildlife and bird hills and thick jungles and water body. It also has a series of fine equestrian portraits. The drawing of elephant is particularly unsurpassed in both Bundi and Kota. Bundi artists had their own standard of feminine beauty. Women are petite, women are petite with round face, receding foreheads, sharp nose, full cheeks, sharply penciled eyebrow, and pinched waists. Bundi's earliest trace of painting Bundi Rangamala bears an inscription in Persia that date back to 1591. Mention name of his artist Shaykh Hassan, Shaykh Ali, and Shaykh Hatim, who introduced themselves as pupil of master artist Mir Sayyid Ali and Khwaja Abdul Samad of the Mughal court. They mention Chunar near Benares as place of origin of painting, where Rao Bose Singh's and his father Rao Suraj Singh's meeting in Paris. Among the surviving people of Chunar sets are Ragini Kambavati. Bilawal, Malashri, Bhairavi, Padmanjari, and few others. Rag Deepak is a portrait in a night setting, seated with his beloved in a chambers that is warmly illuminated by flames from the four lamps. Two lamp holders are innovatively shaped like ornament human figures. The sky is glittering with innumerable stars, and the moon is turning yellow, indicate that it is now newly risen, but that the night has progressed and many hours have passed by for the couple in each other company. One may observe in this painting that the final on domicile structure of the palace protrudes in the yellow that reserved for writing and except for the label of Deepak Raga, nothing else is written. This gives an insight into the process of painting and when it is learned that the painting was usually finished before it was passed on to scribe for the verse to be written. In this case, the verse was never written and the label was more of an indication to the artist as to what he should be painting. Varamasa is a popular theme of Bundi painting. As mentioned earlier, it is an atmospheric description of 12 months of Keshwar Das that is a part of the 10th chapter of Kavi Priya written for Rai Parbin, a celebrated courtesan of Orcha. Ashwin Balamamsa, Bundi, 17th century, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya, Mumbai. Kota School of Painting, the accomplished tradition of painting at Bundi's gave rise to one of the most outstanding Rajasthani schools. Kota, which excelled in the depiction of hunting scenes and reflect an exceptional excitement and obsession for animal chase. Bundi and Kota were a part of the same kingdom till 1625 when Jahangir divided the Bundi Empire and awarded one part to Madhu Singh, the younger son of Rao Ratan Singh and son of Bhoj Singh of Bundi, who is bravery in defending him. against his son Prince Khurram. Shah Jahan rebellion in Deccan. After its separation from Bundi, Kota had its own school, commencing around 1660, in the reign of Jagat Singh 1658 to 1683. In the early period, the painting of Bundi and Kota cannot be distinguished for several decades, as Kota painting borrowed from Bundi repertoire. Some compositions were taken verbatim from Bundi picture. However, there is an attitude of non-conformity apparent in figural and architecture exaggeration, with the Kota flair for drawing superseding in the following decade. Kota's style of painting becomes strikingly individual. By the reign of Ram Singh I, 1686–1708, artists have passionately enlarged their inventory of a large variety of subjects. Kota artists seem to have been the first to render landscape as the real subject of composition. Umed Singh 1770 to 1819 acceded to the throne at the age of 10. Maharaj Ram Singh I of Kota hunting lion at Mukhandaghar 1695, Polnaghi Gallery, London. But his powerful regent Salim Singh arranged for the young king to be amused with hunting while he governed the affair of the state. Umed Singh thus occupied himself with wildlife and gaming from early age and spent most of his time in hunting expeditions. Painting served as flattering records of its exploit. Kota painting of this period reflect obsession with the chase, which became a social ritual in which even women of the court participated. Kota painting are characteristically spontaneous calligraphy in execution and emphasize on marked shading, especially the double layer eye. The artists of the Kota school excel in rendering animals and combats. Bikaner School of Painting. Rao Bika Rathod established one of those most prominent kingdom of Rajasthan, Bikaner, in 1480. During her regime, Anup Singh 1669 and 1698 instituted a library in Bikaner that became a repository of manuscripts and painting. As a result of long association with the Mughal, Bikaner developed a distinctive language of painting that was influenced by the Mughal elegance and subtle color palettes. According to inscriptional evidence, several master artists of the Mughal atelier visited and worked in Bikaner in 17th century. Colonel Seharandra Ustad Ali Raza, who is a master painter from Delhi, his earliest work represents the beginning of Bikaner school, which can be dated back to around 1650. In the reign of Anup Singh Ruknuddin, whose ancestor came from Mughal court, was a master artist whose style was amalgamation of the indigenous item with Deccani and Mughal convention. He painted significant texts such as Ramayana, Rasikapriya and Durga Saptashati. Ibrahim Natur Shahibuddin and Isa were other well-known painters in his ateliers. A prevailing practice in Bikaner was a set-up studio called Mandi, where a group of artists worked under supervision of a master artist. From its inscription, it can be gathered that Ruknuddin Ibrahim and Nathur managed some of these Professional studio, several mandis existed. Krishna supporting Mount Govardhan by Shahadin, Bikaner, 1690, British Museum, London. Anup Singh rhymed on the completion of a painting. The court archivists enter the name of the master artist and the date behind the painting. This practice resulted in the name of the master artist being inscribed on the work of his pupil, who may not be painting in the same style as the master. However, it became evident from this entry the master's artist could occasionally put finishing touches to the painting. The term used for this was Budayari, literally means to lift. Apart from its activity of making new miniature, the studio was entrusted with the task of Marammat or repairing and making knuckle copies of the older works. The custom of having paper artists is unique to the Bikaner school and most of them are with information regarding their ancestors. They refers to as ustas or ustad or Mukhnuddin painted exquisite work in soft color tone. The Ibrahim works have misty dreamlike quality. These figures are dainty with heavy model face. His studio appears to be most profiling as his name occur on different sets of Brahmasa, Rangamala and Rasikapriya. Account from the Bahi royals like Akbar day-to-day diary and numerous inscriptions on Bikaner painting make it one of the most documented school of painting. Inscription in Marwari and occasional edition even the name of artist and date, and in some cases even the place of production and a portion for which works were commissioned. Krishna paint flute surrounded by cows, Bikaner 77, National Museum of New Delhi.